As for me and my channel, we follow the Bambi rule, which is if you don't have something good to say, it's better to say nothing at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Hence, the mission is enjoyments, right? The goal is to enjoy, not tear down. But today I'm going to break that rule because I am utterly befuddled by what I just watched. I walked out of the theater last night and made great new friends with several people around me who shared in my confusion with what we just watched. And the sentiment pretty much across the entire theater was the same feeling, and that was one of confusion, but more so dislike. There was really no ambiguity on how the film set with everybody. It was a general dislike. I really can't think of the last time I've seen a theater come together in communion like this since maybe seeing episode 8 of Twin Peaks in theaters at my local theater, which was an awesome experience, but in the totally opposite way. Everybody was coming together and just talking about how much they loved it. With this, it was universal. What? So how best to describe this film? I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think the best way to describe it is with a scene from the movie Joker. There's a scene in that movie that I've really never liked, and it's the one where he empties out the fridge and then crawls in and sits in the fridge. I never liked that scene because it always felt way too try-hard to me. It felt like the movie or the director was just breaking the fourth wall and saying, look how crazy he is. He's just got into the fridge to just sit there. Look how crazy he is. He's nuts. And I just never liked that scene. It always rubbed me the wrong way. And I say that as someone who is in favor of showing, not telling, right? I'm not outwardly against that. But I think it was more so how it was done. It just always felt over the top to me. And like, we already knew he was crazy. Like, we didn't need a fridge sitting scene. We already know, we've just watched his whole progression. We understand where he's at. It just felt like a little bit much. This entire movie feels like one big refrigerator scene from Joker. Like, I would describe this movie as forcefully quirky. Like, the overacting plagued every single moment of this film. Never once was I immersed enough to not notice two people violently performing at me. But it's made worse by the performances being bad. Jennifer Lawrence more so than Robert Pattinson, but only due to the sheer time factor. Robert Pattinson had much less to do and more so is there to just kind of react to Lawrence's nonsense. But wow, this movie just did not work for me. I found it was boring, it was pointless, it was bad, but worst of all, it committed the cardinal sin of cinema. It was cringe. Like the type of cringe where Jennifer Lawrence's character would walk by a mirror and then stick her tongue out at herself. Like shit like that. Like the overacting, the cringe, the pointlessness was just exhausting, and it was non-stop and it went nowhere. And it's worth saying, it's not like it's totally lost on me what they were trying to do in the film, like the postpartum depression stuff, the dysfunctionality, the inability to communicate. Like, I get a lot of it. Like, okay, I'll give an example of a scene I did like. I really liked the scene where they were crawling around as cats in a field together. I liked that scene because it was refreshing. I was like, okay, they're kind of growing. They're finding a way to communicate with each other. He's finding out how to reach out to her and connect with her, for where she's at. That was a scene that I really liked. It didn't really matter as the film went on, but I liked that scene in isolation. And I think that's kind of the theme for a lot of this movie. There's great stuff in here. Visually, some of the stuff looks really cool. I'm not saying, all of it's bad, but just as a whole, it just really did not work for me or the rest of the theater. I seriously thought the guy next to me was going to have an aneurysm. Like, he spent half the movie with his head in his hands and just readjusting like every 5 minutes when something ridiculous and cringy would happen. It's been interesting though, because I was really excited to see this film because I've been seeing so many people on Letterboxd or on Film Twitter really rate this film highly. And these are people that I generally find some agreement with. So it confuses me, but also excites me, because as someone who loves something that everyone hates, I always love seeing people, love what they love, right? But it also excites me because it shows me that I may have missed something, right? I've always been very vocal on the channel about the power and the magic of rewatches. It's a real thing, right? You bring your entire life, your entire day with you when you go to see a movie, and that can really affect how you enjoy things. So whenever I see a movie that I don't like, I am always excited because I'm like, cool, now I have a reason to watch it again to see if my opinion changes, because it could have just been the day and I don't want to write off a film just based on a bad day. So it excites me seeing other people love this film, because it really gives me a reason to rewatch this in the future and see how my opinion changes on it. But as for my first watch, this is easily the worst film of the year, which is kind of crazy because earlier in the afternoon, I went to see Train Dreams, which instantly became my favorite film of 2025. So in the span of the same afternoon, I saw my favorite film of the year and my least favorite film of the year. So a little bit of whiplash there, but it was still fun. But let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie. If you didn't like it, let me know if you agree with my, rantings here, but more so if you've seen the film and you enjoyed it. I desperately want you to comment and explain to me why you liked this film, or link your Letterboxd review for it or whatever. Like I genuinely want to better understand what I missed here, because that's how I see this. I see this as me missing something, not the movie missing me, right? It's like, I don't know if that made any sense, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I fault myself, not the movie, right? It's like, I want to better understand where the film is coming from. I want to better understand what it's doing. If I didn't get it, that's my fault. That's on me. And so I really want to better understand, where this film is coming from. Like I said, the rewatch idea excites me. And so I will be rewatching this at some point in the future. And so before I do, I want to hear your thoughts. If you loved this movie, I want to understand why you loved it. I want to understand how it spoke to you. I want to understand what I missed, right? So that I can go into this rewatch better equipped to kind of, wrestle with the movie. And then if I don't like it, I definitely don't like it, but it will give me the tools I need to have a better rewatch. So I implore you to please do that. If you've seen the movie and liked it, I really want to hear your thoughts.
Oh no, Green Day.